The topic is Irkan Ali is teaching men how that a woman is their purpose, that a man lives, his whole purpose on this earth is to solely be with the woman, right? And even though he did a whole segment on why women don't want to be with men, why they don't want to be obedient to men, why they don't want to be enslaved to men, he turns around and say a man's only purpose is the woman. So we're going to listen to the video. Hit the like button if you're new. Subscribe. Thank you for coming. But we're gonna listen to it, and then we're gonna react to it, and we're gonna break this thing down. Let's go.
Just sprouting and causing little sparks in their heart. It was purpose. I think men who have been aware of purpose, it's never about the woman. It was about his purpose. I knew when I was 10, listen, I knew when I was 10 years old. I knew when I had reoccurring visions. I knew I was not going to live in the city, the town that I'm from. I knew that I was going to have a doorman. I knew that the caliber of woman that I was going to be with, she was going to be worthy of walking the red carpet. So if we even remove my desire to have a woman, my purpose was still embedded in my head. And as I matured and began developing, that purpose would have shielded me from any heartbreak. It wasn't about the women. I always knew who I was going to be.
What, let me ask you, did you grow up with your mother and father?
Not the father. No.
Do you think there's something? Do you think anything is greater at the epitome of it than the man and woman coming together with the family? Do you think there's anything better than that?
No.
So when you say your purpose, you feel like you had a different purpose. Don't you think ultimately your purpose was still the higher purpose is still the man, woman and man coming together to be the purpose?
And this is a fallacy, right? Man, purpose is not here only to be with the woman, right? In a sense of a relationship, marriage, that type of situation, right? Now, there's going to be a lot of more sexual encounters, yes. But a man's sole purpose is not just to be with the woman. He has other purposes. He's a NBA superstar. He got a whole bunch of other things that men are great at, right? A woman is a consolation prize, right? She's not her sole purpose. When you go to the gym and you shoot that basketball and you're working to gamer, you're trying to get that bag, right? Because I've seen, in high school, men, they get women. But when they leave high school, they just don't keep chasing women. They start chasing money. When they leave high school, they say, you know what? I'm going to chase the money. Some dudes just, all they want to do is delete people. So every man here ain't just, oh, I got to find me a woman. Oh, my God. If I don't make it in life, I can't never have a woman, or, oh, well, I need to be this so I can get a woman and this. No. Now, there are some men like that, a few men like that. They're like, okay, I think a woman is significant. But all men ain't under the same umbrella. It is not our sole purpose to just find a woman and have children with her and be happy and live happily ever after. That's not our purpose. Nor is it our only purpose. But is it going to happen? Is it part of our purpose? In some cases, yes. But that's not our only purpose. Men are great with or without women, period.
Purpose for each other?
No. I believe my purpose. I believe my purpose is to listen to God and be his hand tells me to move.
What part of the Bible was that?
It's all of the Bible, but it's the hierarchy of the Bible.
No, but the Bible.
There's a specific hierarchy that's mentioned in the Bible.
Yes, but it's about Adam was lonely, and God took his rib and gave him Eve, right? So they could be fruitful and multiply, right? Our main purpose.
It didn't say he was lonely. It said, and God saw that it was not good for man to be alone.
Exactly.
That mean he was.
That's a lot of inference. That's a lot of
Didn't God do that through observation?
With the Bible, I'm really, really, really careful about how far I inference things.
No, what
I
I'm
just
saying
know what
is,
it
Stacey
said.
Prince, you think Stacey Prince, let me ask you something. In reality, the greatest woman that you could ever imagine or $100,000, what would you rather have in your life?
You'd have to say more. You'd have to say something that I mean, it had to be a bigger.
100,000 or the woman.
I'm saying all the, oh my bad, let's do this. All the money in the world or the greatest woman that you ever had in your life. Which one would you pick?
I really, what I desire is to become so one with God that I can hear him talk.
No.
The money I'm buying together.
Stacey Prince, I'm asking two options, Stacey Prince. What would you rather pick? All the money in the world for life or the greatest woman you ever had in your life? What the greatest woman you can have?
A great woman, but that could be a companion and not a wife.
No, I'm trying to get somewhere.
The money buy together.
I said woman.
Would you rather have the greatest car or the greatest woman?
The woman.
Thank you, brother. If you would have said something else, I'd have dropped.
And this, once again, is man's weakness. Maybe man's greatest weakness, right? Because and this is where the women are leveraging. This is where the woman takes advantage. Because men, we act like we can't live without women. We act like, oh, I need a woman all my life. I can't live without, or I can't be without. We act like women is essential. But women don't feel the same way about us. And the moment a woman sees that, she then takes full advantage of that. She starts to full court press, right? And she'll slow roll it, or sometimes she'll just be upfront, right? But in most cases, she'll slow roll it. And in the end, you can find out she ain't your friend.
Dropped off this panel.
So ultimately, everything that we ideally do, even if our purpose is for a woman.
That's what Ali said. We're not that ain't what that's what Ali said. That ain't what God said.
Who? What did God? God gave us the woman. We supposed to have.
God also said there that you should have no other God before me.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not saying that you have some.
And that is a true statement, right? Because basically what Ali is saying, you should worship women. If you're saying you can't, our sole purpose is just for a woman, and we should only be with a woman, then that's worshiping. And God said, thou shalt have another God before me. So that means you're in danger if you do that, if you worship women.
Something a bit you worship, but what I'm saying is our purpose on earth is the woman, and the woman's purpose on earth
is not. So did you know that the Bible lays out clearly that some men were called upon to be eunuchs, to never touch a woman?
And that's what the Bible says, right? Because we use the Bible. What I ultimately see and what you see in our nature is that the man wants the woman, and the woman wants the man. We here for each other. We gonna live and die from this one life that we see. Maybe we go to heaven, maybe we don't. Maybe we reincarnate. Who knows?
I do agree that in nature, yeah, men want women, but I do see also under the sun that certain men think about women one way and other men think about a woman another way, right? Some men just want to have sex with women. That's it. Other men, they want to, looking for wifey material. They're vetting, or what they call dating with intentions. More looking for wifey, right? Now I see other men who just don't like women really that much, so they kind of just stay inclusive. And then I see other women who are other men who are incels. So incels, women just don't deal with them. But to say, I believe there is a woman worshiping community out here, right, of men who pretty much base all the principle of their life for a woman. And I believe these men are a sect of men, but not all men have the same ideology though. Some of us can live without a woman. Some of us don't need a woman to make us complete, to make us whole. Some of us can live our life in adjacent of a woman. That's what we have to understand.
But since I've been on earth, I see that men are crazy about women and crazy about men. Women are more also lying to themselves about it. And they're more envious of men, and that's why they start resenting men. But
now, women being crazy about men, I don't know about that. I used to think the same thing until I looked at the divorce rate. Until, I looked at how women are towards men in the end, how they take all their money, take the kids, and say, fuck you, right? I see women destroying men left and right. So maybe the perception of when we was growing up, we thought women were crazy about men. Maybe we should revisit that, because the way it looks now, 800,000 divorces a year, that tells me women aren't very crazy about men. So it's actually the opposite.
Purpose on earth is still the man wanting the woman and the woman wanting the man. Everything else is a social construct. You take the Bible away. If the Bible wasn't invented, the Quran wasn't invented, if all these buildings, infrastructures wasn't invented, the man does everything for the woman and the woman does everything for a man. That's what it used to be.
Ali, listen to what.
And once again, right, men, they do things, period, right, just for survival's sake, right? So are women included in the building of these communities? Yes, but it's not solely for the woman, right? People tend to click up into communities. Communities turn to tribes. Tribes turn to a nation, right? And then they get a piece of land, and particularly it's all about ideology, right? People who believe the same, who have the same belief system. Then they go somewhere, and like America, they came and took it because they want this land. They thought this was the land for them to be prosperous at and practice their ideologies. And most people deal with the same likeness, right? And then they took it, so then not only for the woman, but for the man too, he also did for self-preservation, right? Things men do is not only for women, it's for everybody to benefit. For the man to have a place to live, lay his head, and feel comfortable at night, he builds a military full of men, right? Ready to take on any enemies, anybody who's trying to stop the peacefulness which you're trying to achieve. So this and it's to protect women, but it's also to protect children, but it's also to protect other men who may not be as capable of protecting themselves. So once again, this is not just about the woman. This is about preservation. This is about dealing with people who are like-minded. It ain't just about, oh, well, man, the way everything we do for the woman. No. It's for both of us. For me too. When I build that house, and decorate, I do it for me too. When I bring food back, whether a woman is there or not, I'm going to survive. I'm going to survive whether a woman is there or not. I'm still going to do. If that woman ain't with me, a woman never ever wanted me, and I die alone, I'm still going to get a job. I'm still going to pay my bills. Am I going to commit suicide? Now, is it nice to have a woman around if she's pleasurable? But if she's a problem, then I'd rather be by myself. But everything I do in my life, when I graduate and get out here, I do it for me first. I get a job, pay my bills. I get a car to drive to work or wherever I do to make money, right? It's not for the woman. I'm not getting a car for a woman. I'm not doing those things. I'm not getting a job. Oh, well, should I go on a date? No. I'm getting a job so I can pay my rent. So I can pay, I can take care of myself. Simple.
What you preach regularly. Let's
yes,
go.
sir.
Listen to what you preach regularly. You preached that this woman who we're supposed to be putting ahead of everything else is hell on earth.
Most of them, yes, I do.
That's what I'm saying,
no,
man.
I do. No. So no, I still believe that she's the greatest, but we have a lot of women who don't want to operate in her greatness. I do believe that.
So what is it? Which one is it, Ali? Now,
No. So we purposeful, Stacy. I'm not saying that the man should not be on his purpose. They're separate from the woman. But what I'm saying is what we're doing is ideally for the woman. It's just the fact that these women aren't being women. So now
Are you moving for women? Are you moving in Ali's greatness for women?
Of course.
What?
Yes, that's why I do what I do.
Is there any man up here who would say that they're moving?
No,
for
and
women?
brothers too. If they don't say it, they lying. I move for the woman. So
Ali,
Stacey,
you told us how dastardly this. I'm not moving for women. I'm moving in purpose.
And maybe that's how Ali believes, right? And that's fine. That's his life, right? Once again, there are a group of men who solely purpose their life for women, right? There are some dudes here who worship women. They pedestalize women. Even though they sit up here on these panels, they call out these bad behaviors for women. Oh, she's not soft. She's not feminine. Oh, she's rebellious. Oh, she doesn't respect the man. She doesn't this. She doesn't that. She doesn't this. She doesn't that. But that's why I'm here for her, to be with her, right? So Ali is one of the guys, and there's a group like him, a large group, matter of fact, probably the majority, that think the woman is that they can't live without them. And this is why a lot of guys be snitching on their homies and stuff. Right? They don't want that. They don't want nobody to take that chick, or they want to have access to these women. So they act that gangster shit. Oh, yeah, I'm a killer. Yeah, I'm a this. I'm a what? Yeah, homie, I'm down. But then they're kind of weak for women. They're kind of weak. So as soon as the shit hits the fan where they're in that interrogation room, at first they're like, oh, I ain't saying I ain't finna tell you nothing. Then what happens? They start thinking about that chick. Start thinking about that car. Start thinking about all the things. Oh, I don't want to go to jail. I can't do this. So they tell them, oh, you're looking at 25 to life. Oh, who you want? Who you want, master? Yes, sir. No, sir. But there are men who they can't go without a woman. They'll tell everything down to be back to that woman. Because they know women ain't going to wait. You go to jail, that woman's not waiting. She may come visit you 2, 3, 6 months, maybe even a year. You might get lucky and get a year. If you're in the county, you know. But believe this, by the time you hit your heart, by the time you hit your heart, she's gone. Unless you do the turnaround. But typically, if you stay in jail over 6 months, that woman's out of there. And typically, if they're hanging around, coming to visit you, right, they want to finish what they started. But once again, right, you can't be going too long. These women out of here. So to put your hope and build all your life around a woman, to make her your fortress and who you are, is dangerous. It's dangerous. Because we see what women are doing, right? They're leaving men, taking the kids, turning them against him. Then she getting stabbed at to replace him. And then she's allowing the kids to call her stepdaddy daddy because she replaced you with a stepdad. Then she said, your real dad ain't shit. Dude, if it was up to women, a lot of these cases, when they take these kids, if it was up to them, they would not allow the father to even visit the kids. The courts make them say, okay, this is the days you come see the kids. Blah, blah, blah. He has rights, parental rights. But it is up to women. If she can receive that check from you and not ever have you come around them kids, I believe 96, 97% of women would take that deal. Yeah. I get a check and get the stepdaddy, make him the real father. Oh, yeah, they would love that. They would love that.
purpose.
That's why I say I gotta
purpose.
I gotta every show started off about the man, woman, child. And if you put in a higher power and God above it, I'm with you as well too. But it's still about the man, woman, and child. I don't know if I still got hold on. It's about this.
They fuel the purpose.
Hold on.
These memories will stay with me.
What Ali has to understand is everybody's not going to achieve this. But even though, right, you have a lot of men, women, and children, most of these houses are divided. Most of these families are divided. Kids don't even get along with their parents. Mothers are leaving their husbands. Come on. It ain't like, yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but families are at their work, they're at war with each other. Most families don't even get along. They gossip each other at the picnics and shit. Oh, you know, girl, she's a hoe. Oh yeah, he ain't shit. He ain't, you know, all this shit goes on. Oh, girl, he got money. He don't even spend it on nobody. All these families mostly are divided amongst each other. Everybody picking sides. So what does that mean?
Around and smash you, I'm gonna get what I want out of you, but it's all about me now. But ultimately we end up doing the same thing she doing, and now we a bunch of people that's lost. And everybody, we can be thriving in our businesses, our jobs, our education, anywhere else, but our relationships trash today. Like people can't sustain relationship with each other, so the economy.
But and what does that tell you right there? That means that relationships and marriage is not absolute to have a life. You don't need a woman to make you whole. You don't need a woman to make you a man. You don't need her to make you great. Being married and a relationship is something we do. The relationship is really a premarital situation, right? It's supposed to be a premarital situation. It's where we get to know with what they call courting. You know, how my boy Sophisticated said, to kind of figure out if she's the type of woman you want, right? But dating is it's pre-marriage. Right? It's pre-marriage. So people who enter in relationships of a premarital relationship, they kind of try to figure out whether are we compatible? Is this something worth its while? And this is something that I can build with? That's what premarital relationships are, right? Which most premarital relationships fail, because people just can't get along. Then if it goes past that, then it goes into marriage, of course. And then once you get to marriage, then we got post-marriage, which is divorce. It's very, 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 very few men who make it to the end of the finish line. It's very difficult because, number one, it's very difficult to get along. So if you are a man who makes the woman the center of your life, the center of your manlyhood, that's very dangerous. Yeah, that's very dangerous to make a woman the center of your life. You're really gambling heavy, right? I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying not to want one, but damn, to make her the center of your whole life is, it kind of leaves you open for attack, right? And that's what women are doing, right? They're attacking these men by what? Oh, once she sees that you make her center of her, she starts taking your resources, right? She doesn't pay for anything, demands a whole lot of things from you, expects a lot of things from you. And in return, what does she give you? What does she give you? Some sex and a smile. Women are not sharing their money with men in large. They're not giving their money to the man in one pot. Here's my money. Do what you will. I have confidence as my leader. Your money, and here's my money with your money. Even they just say 50-50. Let's just say 50-50. The woman is not taking her earnings and handing it over to her husband and saying, I have full confidence in you to make the best decisions for this family in this house. Here's my money. No, they got separate accounts, separate 401ks, everything. Because why? Because the woman ultimately, if she pays 50-50, she's not necessarily sharing her money with you, sir. She's just taking a portion of her money and paying some of the bills. And then the rest goes into the account for her purposes only. I believe it's a exit plan, right? Well, if this doesn't work out, I got my own stash. Yeah, if he get out of line, if he doesn't make me happy, I'm boots out of here. I'm parachuting out this bitch. So even 50-50 does not display a level of love or a level of union, right? It actually shows a level of division, right? Because she's not, once again, it's not a one pot rule anymore. And anytime there's not a one pot rule, then you're living a codependent, independent lifestyle, which is fine, right? Some people are happy with that, and I'm not here to judge nobody. But bottom line is, women are not making the men the center of their attention anymore. She's not saying, oh, this is my world. My life is in his hands. This is my man, my man. No. These women are looking at man as disposable income. That's the way women look at men, as disposable income. First date to date 50. She's not putting out that wallet, but maybe once, maybe 10 times in 5 years. And she might do something for you for your birthday, anniversary, here and there, right? Here and there. A woman, by the time she gets married to a man, she's probably what? Invested in that $5,000? $6,000? If that, no, not even that much. $1,500, $2,000? So we'll say she'll take you out for Father's Day. She'll take you out for your birthday. Y'all split the anniversary. 1 year, she do the anniversary, another year, you do the anniversary. So by the time, let's say y'all together 5 years, and you ask her to marry you, she's in between $2,500, if that. If she's rich, she might be a little more like, but let's say the average, $2,500, $3,000. So women, ultimately, they view man as disposable income. He pays for the dinners, he pays for the experience, he pays for the time, and she just stacks her money. And they have sex, and then they text here and there, and she keeps on moving. And then when the marriage doesn't change, right? When they get married, still the same. So women don't look at men in spiritual enlightenment. They look at a man as a provider that's going to make their life easier. Basically, as slave, his money is going to take care of her. And her money is going to go in that account. So he's basically her slave. And this is the way women look at it. This is the way women view us. So if you take a woman and make her the center of your joy and your attention, you are making a very, very bad assessment, right? I do think men have to start being more selfish. I really do. I really do. I mean, because the women are being so selfish. Man, come on, we got to not keep letting these women just dog walk us. They're not even, listen, women won't even want to do nothing free for dudes. Fuck the money. She doesn't even want to run the bathwater. She's supposed to do nothing for men that's above and beyond for the quote unquote love of her life. And she doesn't want to obey her man. And she doesn't want to do anything extra special for her man. It's very rare. Let me say this again. It's very rare that a woman will show up and do something extra special for her man and go all out. It's very rare. I'm not saying it doesn't happen ever. Like maybe one out of like 100 million that she goes all out for your birthday and, you know, and you just, wow, you're amazed. No, they do the bare minimum for your birthday. They do bare minimum. Birthday cake, maybe a tie and some socks, nigga. Because once again, women see men as disposable income. And that's why they divorce us so much. That's why they're leaving us so much. That's why they complain about men so much. And not only do they look at us as disposable income, they also look at us as emotional dumpster, right? They can dump all their emotions on us. And then we're supposed to validate them emotions. That's what she's expecting of us to do. Not give her a solution. Not, you know, lead her into the right way. You know, all she wants you to do, she'll tell you, I'm fat, I'm overweight, baby, this is just terrible. And then you validate and say, yes, baby. And hug her and kiss her and just validate. That's it. And she wants to be the one to figure the shit out. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym. Oh, hey, baby, yeah. But you better not make the first. You better not tell her she needs to go to the gym. So as men, we do have to understand when we're dealing with women, they are going to make the relationship about them. They're going to make the whole relationship, marriage about them, about how they feel, about their emotional roller coaster they're going through. And once again, that is who they're in love with. So for us as men to sit here and try to placate to a woman's ideology in her mind and her emotions is slavery. That is signing up to be a slave, a voluntary slave. And this is what's happening in a majority, at least 99.9% of all relationship marriages. You know, the 1% is probably the prostitute, right? And the pimp. That's less than 0.1% of the population. But the majority, women, their emotions, men have to placate to that are risk. It's like, this is the thing, right? Let's do the numbers. If you get a woman and you do not placate to those emotions the way she feels, she's 100% going to leave you. But before she leaves you, she's going to do major destruction too, because she'll keep you around for a while and she'll go get a work husband, or she'll go fuck with your best friend, your cousin, your uncle. Because what happens? She gets to talk and run her mouth about you're not listening to her. You're not placating to her. You're not doing everything you're supposed to do. So then she goes somewhere else and finds somebody else to do that. And usually it's in close proximity, right? Someone who has access, which would be, you know, family, friends, or work husband, somebody at work. That's pretty much how women are the type of people, if they're not getting fulfilled at home, or even if they get fulfilled at home. But if they're not, they're going to go find it from somebody else. And typically, they don't like to go too far away from the nest. They like to keep it close proximity, convenient, right? Because once again, her husband or her boyfriend is disposable income that she's not ready to let go all the way. And then she got, maybe y'all might got some kids together, so she might kind of like you, but because you're not validating her, because you're trying to not listen to her and you're not catering to her like she needs to be, she goes out and she's going to get it from someone else. And if that means it's your brother, it will happen, bro. Because if he has access to talk to her, she's going to tell him everything. Oh, yeah, Tom, he doesn't listen to me. We talk, we just always argue. Every time I tell him, he just not getting me. And that brother, is she's attractive, he like, well, shit, I listen to you. I do it. I'll put what? Tell me. And that's how the cheating starts. That's how the betrayal starts, right? That's how it starts. So when you, as a man, put that woman in the center of your world, that is a very dangerous proposition. Because not only are you disposable income, you're also emotional dumpster. And let's keep it real, kings. Sometimes we don't want to hear, sometimes we want to vent. Sometimes we want to let shit off our chest. And a lot of women won't allow that. They won't pay attention. They'll change the conversation. And they'll hijack your moment. They'll hijack your time. Because a woman, when you marry her or you're in a relationship with her, it ain't only just to have sex. Sometimes you want to vent at work. Like, man, these dudes are stupid. I don't like the way this dude did this, or this girl did that, my boss is nagging, whatever it is, you want to vent. You want to vent to your wife. But women do not allow men or give men that safe space to do that. Because we all know she'll throw it in your face. As soon as you try to tell her about something, about herself, you know what she's going to tell you? Well, you need to go talk to your boss at work first and deal with that problem before you deal with me. That is a classic. That is a classic. That is what they do. And we as men, a lot of times we accept it. Now we accept these things, and the women, they take advantage of these things. And I'm not blaming it on the men. I'm not blaming it on us. Don't get it twisted. But what I am saying is we do have to start being selfish, a little more selfish for ourselves. We have to, because our mental health is important. Our time in our home, when we come home, that is important to us. That we have stability, that we have a pleasurable time. We rushing to get home not because we think she's cheating, because we want to be around her. We want to chill. We want to hear what she got to say. But these things are not happening. And I think a lot of times it's because a lot of us men, we just kick back, say, you know what? Long as the kids are good, long as the house is good, as long as she ain't going out and having sex with other men, as long as the food in the refrigerator, and we cool. Even though inside we like, damn, I wish, fuck, man. I wish my woman would be more, likable. Let's keep it real. Ain't nothing wrong with keeping it real. a lot of us make the mistake when we make them the center of our life. And women, once they see that you make them the center of their attention, they lose respect for you. Now, they know if they talk shit to you, all you're gonna do is go get in the car and go for a drive around the block. See, a lot of women take kindness for weakness. A lot of women take chivalry as weakness. They take advantage of that. It's like, oh, okay. When you open the door for a woman, as men, we want her to feel special. Chivalry is just a courtesy to say, you're special. Women, they look at it as a power play. Oh, yeah, this nigga, he's soft. I'm taking everything. I'm finna run this motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he opened the door for me. He validated me on, I just told him, this and I was totally in the wrong, and he validated me and said I was right. Oh, yeah. Got him. Got him. And these women and men, we see it, but it's too late. It's too late because once we try to clean it up, she's going to fight us tooth and nail. Then she's going to be like, oh, I'm going to leave you. You keep on arguing, or what you want, another nigga will. Then we break down. A lot of men back down in their relationships because they don't want to lose the woman they love. That's one. In most cases, there's kids involved. So they don't want their family everywhere. That's two. And on those two principles alone, a lot of men let their women run them over. They're like, fuck it. As long as I got the basement, my man cave, I'm Gucci. Because he had to build a man cave because she won't allow him to go out with his friends. She shamed him out of that. Oh, why you always going? Okay, baby, you always going out with who you fucking? Who you seeing? She always expressing allegations and it becomes problems. So men, what do? We come up with solutions. We come up with solutions and say, all right, I'm just gonna stop going. I'm gonna make me a man cave. I'm gonna make me a man cave. And that's pretty much how we cope, right? We go down there, do this YouTube or whatever we do, and that's our getaway. But at the end of the day, men as kings, we got to be a little more selfish. We got to be a little more selfish. We got to start thinking of ourselves. And people like Ilkhan Ali and all these dudes and the content creators are pushing this. A man's purpose is for a woman, and this it's getting us in a lot of trouble. Don't you see what the women are doing to the man? You call it out on your panel. Oh yeah, they doing this. She's this. She's not. She's leaving for her happiness. She's putting herself first. Self-love. She doesn't like men. And then turn around and say, that's our purpose? No. Do we like women? Yes. But is that our sole purpose on this earth? No. No, it's not our sole purpose. There's other things that we could do, and not have to worry about women being our sole purpose. We cannot let women continue to run circles around us. That shit has to stop. And I understand, I'm not going to be one of the content creators to say, hey, if she doesn't do this, just leave. I know it ain't that easy. I know it's not that easy. Right? I'm not gonna just say I ain't gonna make it black and white like that. Oh, well, she don't leave you, walk away, or break up with her, divorce her, right? I know it's just not that simple. But what I do have to say is you have to stand up for yourself. You got to be a man, the man that you want to be. You can't live for somebody else's happiness all the time. That's just not healthy. I know we're supposed to be men, we're supposed to be tough, but a nigga can feel neglected too. Nigga be neglected. Don't get it fucked up. Men are affected by being neglected. Let me say that again. We are affected by being neglected. We want, especially for the woman we love, right? Especially the woman we're with 24/7. She lives in we're sharing the same roof, or we put a ring on it. We want her to show us that we're special. What the fuck? We want her to show that we are him. And she ain't necessarily got to do it every day, but at least show us respect and show us admiration and love, right? Twerk on me, baby, when I get home from work. That's all. It don't have to be every day. Just whenever you feel like. And I hope I don't have to ask you, because then I'm not gonna like you no more. That'd be something you should just come up with your creativity. Come on, twerk on me, and all that stuff. And this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to be more selfish, because the women, they don't seem to want to be the woman we need them to be. They don't want to do it. They don't want to, they don't want us to be happy. They don't seem like they care about our happiness. So they don't care about our happiness. Why should we care about theirs? Why the fuck should we care about their happiness? Why? Why should we make them the vocal point of our life, and she doesn't want to return the simple sentiments, the simple things that will make this shit work?
And I'll be the bitch to say it. Fellas, I'm sorry to be the one to break it to you, but baby, regardless of what you do, it's never gonna be enough for these booty head ass bitches. Let's get into it. Women have built their whole fucking dating strategy off of moving a fucking goalpost and then blaming the man when he can't fucking win a game that was created for him to fucking lose. Yeah, I fucking said it. Like, a man texts or call too much, he doing too much. He don't text or call at all, he inconsistent. He want to be around you, he clingy. He want to give you space, he acting different. He want to be around you, he moving too fast. He takes his time, then he wasting yours? What the fuck is this? He pay for everything, then that's what he's supposed to do. He asked you to go half with him, then he broke, bitch. I can't make this shit up if I tried. And the reality is, y'all bitches really don't see how fucking exhausting that is. Bitch, I'm exhausting just making a motherfucking video. That's exhausting. Regardless of what the fuck they do, it's never fucking enough, bro. He want to communicate. He sassy. He talking in circles. He quiet. Now he's emotionally unavailable. He explained himself. He making fucking excuses. He don't explain it all. Then he fucking hiding some. Bitch! He got standards, you say he controlling. He got boundaries, you talking about he toxic. Child, then bitch, don't let him say no. Don't let him give you one no amongst all the yeses. Oh, he can't handle a real woman. Huh? And I'm just realizing a lot of you bitches don't even want real men. Y'all want a emotional support. Fucking what the fuck?
They don't, and this is the thing, right? They're gonna, and women will continue to move the goalposts because she wants to keep you oppressed, because that's what being a slave is supposed to be. You're supposed to be. She got to keep a slave in the slave mentality. So I'm in the stream. Thank you for coming. Hit the like button on the way out the door. Until next time, Roof is out.